let's take a look at this box and whisker plot. And okay, the box and whisker plot is going to be a physical depiction or a pictorial depiction of all of the values that you have just calculated previously. So in our box and whisker plot, at the lower tail of this plot, you have a minimum value. Here at the top of the box, you will have your first quartile. In the middle of the box, you have your median. At the end of your box, you have your upper quartile. And at the upper tail of this box and whisker plot, you are going to have your maximum value. And this box and whisker diagram is actually going to enable us to read off a 5-number summary. Your 5-number summary is your minimum value, your first quartile, the value of your median, the value of your upper quartile, and the value of your maximum number. Note that 25% of your data will fall between your lower tail and the beginning of your box. Your box accounts for 50% of all of your data in this data set, that is the lower and upper quartiles. And the upper tail of the value accounts for the upper 25% of your data. Looking more in depth into the box part of the box and whisker diagram is divided into the lower quartile, or the space between the lower quartile and the median, and the space between the median and the upper quartile. This accounts for 25%, and that also accounts for 25% of your net data. Now, what does that mean for us practically? Why do we care? Well, if we're looking at this box and whisker diagram, we'll notice that 25% of our data in our bottom box and whisker diagram is squished between this point. 25% of our data is squished between these 2 points. 25% of our data is widely spread towards this tail, and 25% of our data is slightly squashed at the end in the uppermost part of our data set. Well, why is this relevant? Well, this is relevant when it comes to the skewness of our data. So let's look at what skewness of data means. You know that data will be skewed when it is not distributed symmetrically. And so the direction in which the tail of the distribution points, or the tail of our box and whisker diagram points in, is the direction in which our data is skewed. So for you to be able to depict this visually, this is what happens when you have symmetrical data. Each tail is kind of equal in length, whereas where you have data points skewed right, you can see the distribution in the box and whisker diagram in comparison to when your data is skewed left. Okay, this is a pictorial depiction of how your data may be skewed and what it looks like when you have skewed data.